Hi everybody, welcome to Om Sweet Om. I'm yoga instructor Alison Schuster, and today we're exploring health and wellness with Ian Smith, the owner and operator of SurfSUP Adventures. Hi Ian, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Allison. Thanks for having me out to this beautiful location.
We're so excited to have you here. Now you are a professional paddleboarder. Tell us what that is.
Yeah, I haven't even figured it out yet, to be honest. You know, it's kind of a mix of things. I run a company called SurfSUP Adventures here in the Pittsburgh area and Butler area, and we try to provide people with amazing experiences in stand-up paddleboarding. So we do things like eco tours and youth programs, stand-up paddle yoga, which we can talk about later, and a variety of things like that. So.
What can I do paddleboarding here, right in this area? Where are the places that you can go to paddleboard?
Yeah, we actually are really lucky. We live in an area where there's so many beautiful locations. You have our most popular location, which is Moraine State Park, Lake Arthur, which is there. And that's one of our favorites and one of the favorites of everyone that comes out for us. But you've also got all these little hidden nooks and crannies throughout PA. We have little ponds like this one here, some spring-fed ponds, little creeks. Basically anywhere where you can float in a couple inches of water, you can paddleboard. So it's not limited to any specific spots.
And we're the city of three rivers, so can
That's
we take one of these out on the river?
You definitely can. Yeah, Pittsburgh is the city of three rivers. We do a lot of our paddling on the Allegheny, just because that's where I live, a little bit closer to Oakmont, and that's a beautiful place to paddle. And yeah, all of the rivers are exceptional, and it's great to go downtown every once in a while and see kind of the city skyline from a new perspective. So yeah, there's a lot of places you can do it.
What are the benefits of paddleboarding? I mean, why choose this? We have so many exercises that we can choose.
Yeah.
Why choose paddleboarding?
First and foremost, because it is so much fun. It feels great to be standing up on the water and getting that kind of that beautiful perspective, being able to see into the water, see fish. But from a health and wellness perspective, it's a very low impact full body workout. So, you know, if there's something like running that's maybe hurting your knees, something like cycling that might be bad for, you know, some aspect of your body, paddleboarding tends to be really low impact. So it's working you from your feet all the way up to your head, your core muscles, your big muscles in your legs. It's working your upper body. And it can be as vigorous as you want, or it can be as mellow as you want. So you don't necessarily have to be going out there and covering, you know, a lot of mileage. You can go out and just enjoy it if that's what your body's asking for that day. Or if you really want to push yourself, you could go into a more dynamic location. Like you could paddle, like we like to do whitewater, for instance, and that's going to be a little bit more arduous, a little bit more physically demanding.
Does that become more like surfing?
Yeah, it feels like you are surfing
right?
the rivers.
It feels like you're surfing the waves, and we could do that here.
We absolutely can. Yeah, that was what kind of founded my passion for stand-up paddleboarding, was being able to get out, get a great form of exercise, and go down these rapids and surf waves right here in Pennsylvania, which is something that most people don't think you can do.
Now, if that's completely terrifying to someone, if they're like, there's no way that I'm going to do this and surf the rivers, and they just want to take it out like right here or up at Moraine, and they're afraid of doing it, how do you get them to go out there and give it a try?
Yeah, that's a great question. And you know, most of the people that come on a SurfSUP adventure with me, it's their first time ever paddleboarding, with the exception of those that are coming back, hopefully. So if it's your first time, I assure you that as long as you have great instruction from us, it's
all about the instruction.
It's all about the instruction. No, I'm kidding. But no, stand-up paddleboarding is something that anyone can do. You know, we do a number of different camps for a variety of people. Actually, just last week we worked with Slippery Rock University and a nonprofit group called Envision, and we actually had 60 blind or visually impaired youth standing on paddleboards. So
that's amazing.
I mean, that's something that can really inspire people that might be afraid. You know, that anyone can do it. It's going to be, as long as you have a board that fits you correctly, it's going to be, I think, surprisingly easy for most people.
We talk a lot on this show about health and wellness and the mind-body connection. I mean, certainly that's what yoga's all about. But I really think paddleboarding is about that too, because just taking that risk allows you to take other leaps in your life, whether it's in your job or in your relationships, but learning to maybe take a little risk for that gain. So that's the exciting part. I think most people, when they come back in from a paddleboarding tour, are completely excited about it.
Yeah.
Because it's just staying up on the board is, of course,
right.
a triumph, but being able to be part of nature And we take for granted how beautiful Western PA is in summertime because we get to see it every day, but to see it from the water is such a different perspective.
It is. And that's something that really drove me to find this, to want to share it with others, is finding that balance and finding that harmony with nature, with the water. And it was a therapy for me. You know, sometimes, you know, with things that I'm doing, I need to just escape for a while. And this is one way that I was able to do that, and it kind of grew into a passion. So, you know, we talk about balancing on the board, but you're also balancing your mind, kind of overcoming some fears, some obstacles, going to new places. And it's giving and taking, learning to work with the water rather than oppose it. If you fight it, you know, especially in a river situation or whitewater, if you're fighting against it, you're not going to get anywhere. You know, you need to work in harmony with it, and that's kind of the same way our bodies work. You know, we have to work in harmony with what's inside and what we're physically capable of, and I think this is a great metaphor for that.
Oh, I think it is too. Now you've taken this even a little bit farther, so it's not just SurfSUP Adventures. You've also taken this into a nonprofit. Can you tell us about First Waves?
Yeah, so I started a program in 2014, and it's called First Waves, and we basically work with a number of nonprofit groups and groups like I mentioned earlier, Envision, and what we want to do is basically teach this to kids that might not get the opportunity to do this in their normal lives. And our goal is to get them to build some self-confidence, do some mentorship programs with them, using stand-up paddleboards as a catalyst to get them involved in the water and also want to care about the water. So we work with a number of different groups, but namely one in Pittsburgh, Big Brothers Big Sisters. So we'll take out you know, some of the matches. It's a great way for them to form kind of this bond and do something totally new together. It's something that most people haven't
for the kids and the adults.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So it's a great environment for them to try something different. Then we also work with Pittsburgh filmmakers, and we give them skills in digital media and filmmaking so that they can document what they're doing. It's a way to kind of get them outside their comfort zone in another way, which would be on interview, kind of like we're doing right now, and put them in a different frame of mind. And what we also do is then we take them out into do a conservation cleanup. So we do river cleanups where we cleaned up thousands of pounds of trash from our rivers, from our lakes, and the kids love that too. You know, so they get a chance to go out and actually give back to the community and make a difference, and they're documenting all those experiences so they can share it with everyone.
So it's a true connection.
It is.
To nature.
It is. Yeah, it's a full circle. So it really is.
Awesome.
It's a great experience for them.
Well, let's talk about stand-up paddleboard yoga, because you know that I love this, and you and I do this together. If we're going to take a stand-up paddleboard tour, if we're doing an eco tour with a little bit of SUP yoga, let's talk about what that entails. What would someone be signing on to do this?
Yeah. So for the SUP yoga classes, we do more workshop-based things. So basically, people are going to come. If you've never been on a board before, that's okay. I'm going to hold your hand through the experience. I'm going to teach you how to paddle, how to get really comfortable on the board. And I'm going to take you to a beautiful spot. You know, usually we do them at Moraine or our Oakmont location. And I'm going to take you back into a really cool cove and kind of get you immersed in those surroundings and really comfortable on the board before we start the yoga. And then I'm going to turn it over to you from there to lead.
I take on the yoga.
Yeah, you can take the yoga on and lead a class. And we're going to be in just a beautiful environment. You're going to have the soundtrack of nature behind you. That really helps me to settle in, and it's a nice opportunity for me to kind of relax with it too.
And you and I have talked about this before, that the whole goal of that is Shavasana, right? The goal is to lay on the board at the end.
Don't tell anyone.
Right?
That's my favorite pose.
It is everybody's favorite pose.
Yeah.
And we love to lay on the boards and just be a part of that moment. It's so exciting. Now, what if I want to do this? I want to sign on to one of the tours with SurfSUP Adventures. Where do I go to do it?
Yeah, so the easiest way to do it would be go to our website. It's surfsupadventures.com. And we do a lot of the trips are posted on the site, and you can actually just sign up straight through there, just a couple clicks, find a date that works for you. Find a time that works for you and sign up there. Or we do a lot of personal stuff. So if you come to me and you have a group that wants to do a SUP yoga class or wants to do an eco tour at Moraine, you can give me a call and we'll set something up for you custom. So
it's like the perfect corporate summer outing for us to do. That'd be awesome.
We do a lot of business outings, different team building exercises. We have a giant board that is 18.5 feet by 6 feet and it's basically untippable. So if you're nervous, that might be a good way to get started.
That's a good one to start on.
That
sounds like a family reunion kind of event,
for that.
right?
Yeah,
we're gonna get them all on the board.
Totally is, yeah. Depending on how close you want to get to your family.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, we had I think 8 or 9 kids at one time out surfing the waves, and we had a student group on this past weekend, and I think we successfully had almost 10 people on the board at once. So that's a really fun group thing.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
And can we get more information about First Waves through SurfSUP Adventures?
Yeah, there is some information on it on SurfSUP Adventures, but if anyone wants to get involved, to volunteer, you can support some of our programs. You know, a good way to do it would be to contact me, or you can visit firstwaves.org is the website. So those are 2 great ways, and of course we're on all the social media channels. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. We post
cool
a lot
pictures.
of our things. Yeah,
right,
very cool pictures.
Of everything that you do.
You might, if you come on a trip, you might be a star and get blasted out to Facebook. I do take photos of everyone on the trip. If you don't want your photos, of course, I won't take photos. But a lot of people want to have that, you know, kind of the hero.
You gotta hold the moment. Yeah, you gotta hold that
yeah.
moment. That's awesome.
Definitely.
Well, Ian, we hope that we get to see you again and that you'll come back on the show. But thank you so much for coming to be with us today and giving us that little taste of adventure.
Yeah.
Something new and something different.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. Now let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll challenge ourselves with a standing posture practice.
The history, the sports, the stories, the events. Armstrong Local Programming puts the focus on our community. Watch to learn about new events or discover the rich history of our area. You can find local programming on your local programming channel and on demand. Want even more? Subscribe to the Armstrong One Wire channel on YouTube. It's our town all the time with Armstrong Local Programming. One Wire, infinite possibilities.
Today we're going to focus on standing poses. Standing poses in yoga cultivate the strength of the spirit, courage, and a sense of grounding to what is essential in the world. Let's come to seated on the mat. Let the knees fall open to the mat. Sitting up tall and lengthening the spine. Allow the shoulder blades to open down the back. Bringing your hands to heart center, closing the eyes, and taking a moment to center your practice. One of the benefits of yoga is an awareness of the body, an awareness of that which is around you. As we practice outside, we're reminded that things are always changing as our environment always changes. But we take this time on the mat to connect to the self that is constant. Taking a couple of deep breaths here, taking the breath in through the chest all the way down to the belly. Then placing your hands on the mat. Shift forward, putting your weight into your hands and hop into your straddle, forward fold. Inhale, press the hands into the mat. Raise to a flat back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend at the elbows, let the crown of the head move towards the floor. Last one, inhale, flat back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Jumping the feet together, take a deep sun breath in all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands come to heart center, stepping the feet out nice and wide Tadasana mountain pose. Opening up the palms, lifting with the crown of the head, allow the shoulder blades to relax down the back. Using mountain pose today to set ourselves up for our standing postures, creating the engagements in the body that we'll use throughout the practice. Becoming aware of the four corners of your feet. Allow that energy to rise up the legs. When you reach the belly, draw the sides of the belly together, zipping up the rib cage. That energy rises through the chest, the neck, the jaw. When you reach the crown of the head, lift the crown of the head up towards the sky, getting a little bit taller. Taking a deep breath in, using the exhale to hold on to those engagements. Don't let them go. Another deep breath in. Using the exhale, make those engagements stronger. Press into the mat. Rise up at the crown of the head. Draw the sides of the belly together. One more breath here. Using that exhale to make those postures as strong as possible. Opening the eyes, bringing the hands to heart center. Shifting your weight onto your left foot. Allow the right foot to come to the instep. Deciding where you'd like to take your tree, Vrikshasana. Maybe it stays rooted to the ground. Maybe your foot lifts to the shin or all the way to the thigh. Then taking a deep breath in, put your focus on your hands. Maybe they stay at heart center, pressing together, opening the chest. Or maybe they lift to the diagonals, reaching up to the heavens. Nice deep breath in. Use that exhale to make that posture a little bit stronger. One more deep breath in. Slowly exhale, hands to heart center. Shifting the weight onto the right foot, let's balance the sides. Taking tree on the opposite side. Maybe it's similar, maybe it's completely different, just becoming aware of that. Observe the body. Finding your tree on this side and putting your focus into your hands. Maybe they stay at heart center. Maybe they lift up to the diagonals. Keep the belly button stationary. Take a nice deep breath in. Lifting upward but pressing into the mat. Tree roots us to the earth, attaches us to heaven, so put your focus on those two opposite directions. One more deep breath in. Then slowly bring your hands to heart center and come to the top of your mat. Pushing your arms up to the sky, step the right foot back, Warrior One. Raising your hands just slightly higher than your shoulders, and then settling into the shoulder blades. Check to see that your front foot is aligned with the arch of your back foot, and that the shoulders are aligned above the hips. Reaching your arms in two opposite directions, see if you can also press the feet in two opposite directions, as if you could rip the mat in two. Strong Warrior Two, holding it here. One more breath. Then exhale, shifting forward to Warrior One. Hands come to heart center, step the feet together. Inhale, step the left foot back, Warrior One. Exhale, open up, Warrior Two. Checking the alignment of the feet, reaching in those two opposite directions with the arms. Maybe even this time putting the focus into the belly. Can you draw the sides of the rib cage together? Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, make that pose a little stronger, really reaching, pressing through the feet. Warrior Two, pose of courage. Slowly shifting back to Warrior One. Hands come to heart center, step the 2 feet together. Inhale, right leg steps back, crescent lunge. Exhale, release, humble warrior. Pressing the two hands together, open the chest. Shifting the weight into the right foot, point the left toe behind you. Rising up, warrior three. Hands can stay at heart center or reaching out in front of you. Again, two opposite directions. One more breath here. Ground that posture through the standing leg. Then rising up, hands come to heart center, feet come together. Inhale, left leg steps back, crescent lunge. Exhale, release, humble warrior. Pressing those two hands together, straight line from the crown of the head all the way to the tailbone. Then rising up, warrior three. Taking a deep breath here, can you flex the foot behind you? Press into that heel. One more deep breath. Then bringing the feet together, hands come to heart center. Place your right hand in front of your face. Wrap the left arm around. Crossing the right foot over the left. Hinge at the hip and slowly sinking into eagle pose, Tadasana. Take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine, lift with the crown of the head, and on the exhale, slowly sink the hips down towards the ground. Another deep breath in. Take it down even just a quarter of an inch more. Arms can stay right where they are. See if you can keep them at that nice 90-degree angle. Or maybe taking the elbows all the way down to the knees. Nice deep breath in. Use that exhale. Then engaging the belly, slowly rising up to the top of the posture. Lengthen the spine. Draw the right knee into the chest. Once again, hinge at the hip and press back, warrior three, with eagle arms. Bring the forearms parallel with the ground. Taking a nice deep breath here. Using that exhale to press through the foot. Then slowly rise back up, feet come together. Shaking out the arms, shaking out the feet. Left arm comes directly in front of the face. Right arm wraps around. Stepping the left foot over the right, hinging at the hip, coming into eagle. Nice deep breath in. Lengthen the spine, lift with the crown of the head. Exhale, take the hips a little closer to the ground. Maybe the elbows come down to the knees. Taking another deep breath here. Then rising up to the top of the posture, draw the left knee into the chest. Hinge at the hip, slowly pressing back, warrior three. Forearms come parallel with the ground. Using that exhale, making that posture a little bit stronger. The courage of warrior with the spirit of the eagle. One more deep breath. Then rising up, bring your feet together and coming to seated on your mat. Let's close our eyes, bringing the hands back to heart center. 3 deep breaths, full circle back to the mat. Nice deep breath in and exhale out. Another deep breath in, feeling the coolness of the inhale, feeling the warmth of the exhale. One more deep breath in and exhale out. Take a moment this summer to enjoy the natural beauty around you. Find strength and courage in your natural surroundings. Find the light within you and take it out into the world. Namaste.